Next, I want to talk a little bit about observing your property. Looking behind us, you can see the shade on the majority of the top left and the bottom of the garden. This will be easier if I don't do the selfie. Hi ducks. Hi chickens. Chick, 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 chick. It's always neat when they run up. Let's go ahead and video that. Chick, 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 chick. Chick, 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 chick. Hi everybody. Alright, I'll give you a treat in a minute. Alright. Zones, observing, designing your property. So in the middle of the day you can't tell, it looks like we get fabulous sun facing almost due south, a little southeast. But once these large oaks on our east side fill out with leaves, we're in the shade. It's May 18th at 11 o'clock in the morning, and my kitchen garden here is just starting to get sun on it now. There's also a hole looking out that way where it loses sun briefly in the late afternoon but gets it late into the evening. So observing your property, following the sun's patterns through the day and through the seasons, planting accordingly with that. Let's go down and have a look at some things. Say hi to the animals. So here we are in the kitchen garden. We were just looking down from up there. There's that shade line. It's mostly mustard greens in here now, but I got young lettuces and kales in there. Some potatoes for succession in this area that doesn't get much sun, to keep the plants that don't like that heat as much. Here we've got squash and cucumbers and tomatoes and peppers mixed in amongst all these greens and kales. They'll start sticking up and taking over. Celeries. Oh, what else is in here? Broccoli wrap, probably saying that wrong. Strawberries along the front, collecting that heat. Angel, were you just fertilizing my garden? This is the herb spiral. There's lemon balm and mint and oregano and rosemary, sweet marjoram, dill, a few different basils and sage. Here's lots of strawberries. I'll be picking those right now. That's what I came down to do when I got sidetracked making the video. These are hardy kiwis here. Probably getting blinded by the reflection. This is the male. Climbs up the deck. This is a female here on the other side. Another one over there. I'll go down and have a look in the long-term annuals where we grow the storage crops. So just down from where we were. It's the first of the property-wide swales here. They catch that water, fill up and overflow into the one below it. Here you can see garlic and onions, some young corn mixed in amongst all these perennials. I won't try to name everything, but you can see blueberries. And that's a black locust with a cornelian cherry, a cherry tree. I'm drawing a blank, not a cornelian, yeah, a cornelian cherry behind it. Behind that is an apple tree you can't see. This is a hazelnut. I believe that's a theta. It's a fig. It's another cornelian cherry with a moonglow pear. It's an Ayers pear. There's another hazelnut behind that. There's a third hazelnut there in the background. It's a Jefferson. Another apple down there. Each of these apples has multiple grafts on them now. Maybe we'll have a look at some of those. In the understory is lots of red raspberries and yellow raspberries, You see the lilies just about to flower. Lots of comfrey surrounding everyone. There's Melinda. Just 1 second. We'll say hi. She loves being on video. Hi, honey. Okay, where were we? Lots more strawberries, and garlic, and comfrey, and red raspberries, blueberries. There's 3 jujubes mixed in there that'll become a wall here. Behind that, it's more strawberries and potatoes. A lot of lovage. That's a celery replacement mixed in the back there. Potatoes down through. See, some of them are flowering now. Hi, ducks. Ducks are headed down to the pond. Go down and have a look at that. One of the ponds. Now we're pretty much at the bottom of the long-term annual garden. You can see all the annual plants. Onions, garlic, perennial leeks, potatoes, strawberries in the outskirts, some fennel that made it through the winter. But mixed in is the raspberries and the blackberries and the lilies and the comfreys and the irises to bring in those pollinators and those beneficial insects. Don't know why I'm whispering, it's the middle of the day. Here we have 3 grape plants down low, asparagus patch here, red raspberries, and then just outside the fence here, it stays shady for most of the day with just a small sliver of sun in midday. Still the elderberries seem to do well here. The blueberries are doing fine, surprisingly, down along the front here. Lots of lovage and red raspberries. I don't know if you can see the pond and the ducks in it down there. We'll go have a look at that now. I've got quite a few, not quite a few, there's 4 pawpaws down here. You can see one there. Can't quite see the one here. Alright, I'm waffling. Let's go look at the pond. Lamb's quarter. Anise hyssop. So now we're down at the tiny house. And our largest pond at the bottom of the property. This is a lined pond. Talked about it quite a bit. There's a 55-gallon drum there that the water flows into. It's collected off the top, so only the clean water goes. The duck shit filled water stays in the pond. It's aerated by dropping down the waterfall. We agitate that twice a year to stir that duck waste up and use a sump pump to pump it up onto the garden beds. Don't mind the mess here. It's under construction as always, something. Try to walk smoothly just to show you what is stuffed into a small area. This is cornelian cherry. It was loaded this year. And there's lots of lemon balms and mints. Stinging nettles, potatoes, strawberries down front, and clovers. Another cornelian cherry. I'm sorry, Nanking cherries. The cornelians are up in the other area. Angel, you're getting in trouble. Are you being a bad dog? Be right back. Alright. Back to the Nanking cherries, stinging nettles, potatoes, clover. This is a larger Nanking cherry. I did start this video talking about the zones, or observing your property. So this whole large bush and this small bush were the same size little plants when I put them in about 5 years ago. I don't know if you can tell from here, but looking up at our property, it's a V shape. So it's literally, I don't know, 15 feet difference. with the shape of the property and the properties on the edge of us, this one received that much more sun. It's the only excuse I can see anyways. Alright, lots more mint. These are a nice fall-bearing red raspberry. We go into the blueberry patch. I said it was in the shade, but does pretty well for where it is. There's lots of chocolate mint below me and peppermint. It smells great as you walk through, drives the bugs away, mosquitoes. I don't know if you can make all those blueberries out. Spearmint. Alright, we'll go have a look on the other side. Sarah taking a dirt bath. Here we have clovers and different flowers down front. Bee balm and yellow flower I'm drawing a blank for. Horseradish and sochan. A gold rush apple in the back. This is a josta berry that's just gotten huge. This whole bush is a josta berry, loaded with berries. We need to cut this back, but in the center is an amber autumn olive. The berries are sterile, but people do get worried about the autumn olive being invasive. On the other side is a gooseberry. That josta berry is a mix of the gooseberry and the currant. The gooseberry has thorns, the currant does not. And I don't know if you can make those out. I'll have a closer look, but those are the gummy berries. I love those. They taste great. It's another nitrogen fixing bush for the apple tree next to it. And bee balm and irises and lilies and horseradish and blackberries and strawberries and sedums, apple mint, some young apples on here. I just sprayed it with kaolin clay yesterday. That's the white all over it. These apples are actually a graft. You can make out there. And that graft's been our best producing branch of this whole tree. It has 4 different grafts on it at this point. I'll step around the back and have a look at the gummies. This video's getting long. Just want to show how many berries get mixed in if you don't go up close and see them, and all these gooseberries and josta berries and currants. These are wine berries. Just like a brighter raspberry, but not as raspberry tasting, but juicier. It's another hazelnut. It's a silverberry. There's a few berries left on it. Most of the berries left in it, I found out how many seeds left in them. They're still pretty good. Yellow raspberries I hacked back. We'll get a good fall crop out of those. And this is the gumi. Nitrogen fixing, food giving, shade producing, biomass creating wonderfulness. Big fan of it. Actually, this fig, which will become the overstory. And the apple over there. Alright, we'll go up and look at the chicken area, another pond area, and call this good. Just want to show, because everywhere I just want to show, I just keep stopping to show, but everywhere we look there's berries somewhere mixed in here, or food of one sort or another. These are elderberries getting ready. An apple tree behind it. More elderberries below it. Another variety of yellow raspberry. And figs. And another apple. And Jerusalem artichokes. And chokeberry. And a plum. And red raspberries. And more potatoes. And elderberries. and a pear tree in the back, and another goomy berry. It's got its first berries this year. Look at that. So these produce young. It's probably 2-3 years old. Some wild grapes, and red raspberry, red raspberries. Tuck, 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 tuck. Yellow gooseberries. Black currants. Red raspberries. A young Cornelian cherry. It's a hugel build we built in the class earlier this year. Growing potatoes right now. It's a mulberry. Hi, big sis. It's our oldest duck up there. This is a series of ponds and swales going to the front yard, being caught by the gutters and off the road. This is an Asian pear. Mixed in are honeyberries and mints and gooseberries and assortments of flowers. It's a goji berry. We'll look at the plums and call it a day. So far so good on the plums, having a great year. Sprayed them pretty heavy with that kaolin clay. Stop the insect damage. Hi, Megan. Alright, anybody that stayed with us this long, thank you. If you like what you see, you can follow Fat Ninja Farm on Facebook or my personal YouTube account, George Brabbaugh. This is a 6-year-old permaculture designed food forest. We're in love with the life that we've created. And you can hear the cat calling for my attention. Even the animals love it. Alright, solutions. Peace out.